what do you think the future of AI and SEO
Oh my
marketing?
God.
Yeah.
This is the question that I get asked tons and tons of times, and I don't know how to answer it because the kind and the pace at which AI is advancing, we have never seen this before in any other technology, right? So I think AI is definitely going to become even more integrated into digital marketing and web development in ways that will revolutionize how we will work.
Hey everybody, and welcome to my podcast AI with Alex. Today we're with Prerak, and we're going to talk about how you can use tools to improve your SEO. Before we get started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, Alex. First of all, I just want to say how incredibly I'm impressed by you because you're just 13, you just told me, and you're already hosting a podcast, which is mind blowing and seriously inspiring for all of us. I mean, when I was 13, I didn't know anywhere near doing something as cool as this, what you're doing right now. So you got a bright future ahead, and
Thank you so
just
much.
just keep going whatever you're doing so far. So yeah, sharing about my journey, I'd say it all started back in 2020 when I was 18 years old. The COVID pandemic had hit just worldwide, and India, where I live, there was a nationwide lockdown. And for all of us, it was a challenging time. But I personally felt that as an engineering student, I have to upskill myself to be able to, be job ready because we seriously didn't know how long this pandemic is going to last. So I turned towards online learning and I enrolled in my very first Udemy course. And that's when I realized that, there's an option to teach on Udemy as well. So I began thinking that is that so easy to teach on Udemy? And if so, then what can I teach passionately about? And so one thing that came to my mind was, C++ programming language, because that's what was taught in our college. So for the next 8, 9 months or so, I began filming all these lectures, learned how to edit my lectures, how to market them using SEO. And then slowly and steadily, I started getting more freelance opportunities. And I realized that, as someone who is passionate about building websites, for business owners, they might think that websites are more like a digital business card. But I seriously felt that it's more like a sales machine. And in order to fuel the sales machine, you need either an SEO marketing or you need a paid ads marketing. And that's when I realized that, I should maybe try and give it a shot in SEO marketing and start my own company.
Yeah, that seems very interesting. Can you tell us a little bit more about your background? And I've also heard you're a founder of NetMafia. Can
NetMafia,
you
yeah.
tell us how you founded that?
Sure. So my background, as I said, I was pursuing my engineering. So I did my graduation and bachelor's in engineering, specifically in electronics and telecommunications. Because back when I was a kid, I was really passionate about technology, about computers and all the devices like smartphones and tablets. When you're try, when you don't know what it goes into becoming an engineer, and when you actually try and do stuff, all the things, you just judge the book by its cover. So as I was going through my engineering curriculum and I was learning all these things, and specifically when I did internships in companies and I was thrown into different fields like software testing, software development, and I realized that, maybe as much as I love teaching about coding and programming, I don't love doing when it comes to, building these apps and working in a company. So what I felt most, which was fun to me, was SEO marketing, because with AI tools, you can pretty much, help scale a product, because now when you think about AI and how things are changing in the past few months and past few years, once the AI, ever since the AI technology has, boomed, you realize that as an engineer, times are going to be getting tough. Companies and other corporates are going to hire more people who will know how to leverage these AI tools. I mean, you can build a product, but you need someone who knows how to market and strategize this entire thing to sell it more customers. So you can't just rely on technical skills. You need marketing skills as well, so that you can sell it to more and more people and reach to a wider audience. So my decision to founding my company NetMafia, which is an SEO marketing agency, it wasn't taken on a whim. As I told that I've done my internships. So during my final year in my college, that's when most of our students decide whether they want to pursue masters in some colleges, whether they want to pursue MBA, or they want to take a job, right? Because that's essentially the time where you take your career path. So I decided to take a leap in entrepreneurship. Obviously, my parents backed my decision. They supported me thoroughly, and they told me that try to give it a shot because right now there isn't any direct responsibility on your shoulders as such. But once you start your family, once you start post, after 30 years, maybe then things might not be the same as it is right now. So the best thing to do is just give it a shot for maybe 6 to 12 months and just try and do what you think you can do. And even they didn't gamble on this decision because they knew what things I was learning so far, what kind of courses I was going into in terms of expanding my skill set in terms of entrepreneurship, the kind of books that I was reading, the kind of communication and the conversations that we were having in our house. So they knew that there is something in me, and they helped me, take this decision, and that's why I started my company. Right now, we have a few clients that we are working with, and they are very happy with us.
That's very interesting, and very inspiring too. So, speaking of SEO and teaching, how did you use Udemy to get over 35,000 students attending your courses?
Yeah, so when I started making these courses, it was back in 2020, and my very first course on C++ was published in 2021. And just it wasn't just me who was leaning towards online learning. There were a bunch of other people who were just like me and who were trying to, expand their skill set. And that's why there was a lot of demand for all these courses. There wasn't much supply, but there was a huge demand for these courses. And so, as a Udemy instructor, a new instructor to be specific, Udemy encourages to give out your discounted coupons or free coupons to Facebook groups or your Reddit groups so that people can join in your courses. They can give feedback. So, as an instructor, also, where to improve upon. So, when I gave these coupons to people, they enrolled in my courses, they gave feedback, and I took that feedback in a very constructive way. There was obviously you're going to face criticism whenever you put anything online, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Udemy, whether it's on Instagram, it doesn't matter. There will always be people who will be judging you, who will always be complaining few things about you, but you don't have to get discouraged by it. I genuinely feel that people who want you to grow, they will give you specific feedback as to where you should improve upon, and that's what I took it. I spent the next few months after that making another courses and working on things which I didn't work on for my very first course. So that's how the cycle actually turned into a cannonball effect, because I haven't uploaded just one course on Udemy. There are about 7 courses right now. The first which I published was on C++. Next I did was on full stack web development. Then I turned towards Java, data structures, algorithm. The core fundamentals and principles in computer science engineering. Because I personally love coding and I love teaching programming. And that's why I was posting courses on these, because I was myself learning these things, and to sharpen my skills and be job ready, I was making these courses so that, I can be confident about my skills and have some form of portfolio in my resume, that even if I'm trying to take an internship in a company or trying to pursue a job in the future after my graduation, I can be some sort of credible source. So that was the motivation intention behind building these courses. But as I went towards, as a creator zone, when you're teaching something and when you are packaging it to a digital product, the course is a digital product, right? So you have to learn how to market it. You have to learn how to edit your videos. You have to learn about how to communicate and speak freely on camera, right? So all these other factors came into picture, which I never thought it would be, and it helped me a lot. It helped me grow in various different ways, which I never thought it would, because I was always that kind of a guy that technical skills, you have to be most technical person. You have to be the person who just keeps drilling and drilling and drilling. But that hasn't changed much. I still think that you have to keep drilling and keep working on your things, but you have to have expertise around different areas as well, like soft skills, your marketing skills, your sales skills, your communication skills, and a bunch of other things. You can't just rely on technical skills. So that has been my journey so far for Udemy. I'm sorry if I digressed from the question that you asked.
It's fine. Speaking of tools, how did you use AI specifically to help with your SEO and help learn, improve, or maybe even teach SEO?
So AI has been in the market since I guess 2022 or 2023. I'm not sure about it, but I truly believe it was post 2020, end 2022, right? So it has been just 2 years, and there are there are a lot of different AI tools, not just ChatGPT. It's one of the most popular one, but there are other tools as well, like Claude is there. There's Perplexity. There are other niche specific AI tools out there in the market. And in my AI local SEO course, which I published this year itself, I've gone through few of them and have covered in detail how to go about building backlinks, how to write content for your website in an SEO optimized format. So I have a 21-page SEO SOP document that I'd love to share it with your audience. It is a 21-page document that I myself created. It goes through, each and every step as to what a business owner can do in terms of getting their traffic from 0 to maybe 50 in a span of 90 days or so. So I go over how to, use um, an AI tool which helps you write Google My Business post. Just like how you build your Facebook post or Twitter post, there is an option to post on Google My Business as well, which essentially allows you to rank higher on search results, Google Map Packs specifically. So there's one tool. There's ChatGPT, of course, but I genuinely feel that when it comes to keyword research, which is one of the core fundamental of SEO, if you fail in this step, you're gonna fail in your entire SEO marketing strategy. There are professional tools like Ahrefs and SEMrush, which are pretty best, I would say. There is no other tools that I can think of that comes even close to that. But those are very specific, very expensive, I would say. It costs me about $300 or so every month. But for free AI tools, I think Google's Gemini is a really great tool because when you ask specific prompts, which I've gone in my SOP document as well, you can actually basically ask things and get data, which it will give you after connecting with the Google Keyword Planner in the backend. Because again, the keyword research planner of Google product, which is a Google product, right? And what the PPC advertisers use, it's gonna give you pretty much the same data which an SEO marketing will use. Obviously, the metrics wouldn't be 100% accurate, but it would be more or less pretty much good to get started with, you know. So I think Gemini is great. Claude is great in terms of writing content. ChatGPT is great in terms of you know uh, building or writing emails when you're trying to ask for backlinks from different sources. There are GMB post optimizer tools that I've mentioned in my SOP document. So there are a list of other AI tools that I can go over, and there are new and new tools that are coming every single day. So it's really hard to keep track of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how important keyword search is, and
hmm
specifically how AI can automate that. Can you please describe more in detail about that?
So I just want to make sure I got your question correctly. You are basically asking me to go over the basics of SEO, right? For those viewers who have no idea about it.
Yeah, and specifically keyword research.
Sure. So what I'd say is that SEO stands on three main pillars. There is on-page, there is off-page, and there is technical SEO. And those three of them stand like a tripod. Even if you fail in one of those, it's gonna fall. There's not gonna be any sort of balance. So on-page is where you apply and you do all the things on your website which will help your articles and blogs rank higher on Google search results. Off page are all the things that you do outside of your website, which will ultimately help your website rank higher on Google search results. Technical SEO is the part where you optimize your website's performance, speed, and you make sure that your search engines like Google and Bing recognize that this website speed and its technical aspects is it's pretty solid. So no way user is going to face any form of bad experience, so as to say. So in terms of on page is where you first start doing your keyword research, because whenever we talk about keyword research, why is that important? So let's go over that. So whenever we look into Google, we type in few keywords, right? If I'm looking for few plumbers around my area, what I'm gonna type? I'm gonna type plumbers near me, or I will type plumbers in Mumbai where I live, right? So there's the keyword that I'm looking for in followed by my location, right? So that's the keyword which I will type on Google. But there isn't just the keyword about the location and my industry specific, because the user search intent also varies. There are four different types of search intents. First is the informational, where you actually try to look for things where you can do everything by yourself, like how to fix my leaking faucet or tap, right? So I'm looking for a solution through text-based content or through infographics. So my intent behind this search is to not call any plumber or to not purchase any service. It's to just get done everything by myself. So that's an informational intent. And I would then, build content around these topics so as to help these people. So that eventually people find my website as trustworthy. And if in future they find any other problems, they can reach out to me. Right? So that's how I build trust using my content. And even in the eyes of Google, Google first analyzes what kind of content in terms of free content you are providing. Only then it ranks your authoritativeness and trustworthiness factor and how expertise you are in that field. How much experience do you hold? So these are all of the factors, right? That's one search intent. Then comes your navigational search intent. That basically means that when I'm trying to look for a particular service or product or a person or a shop or a business who is in that particular location, so I'm trying to navigate to that business. So that's a navigational search intent. Then we have the commercial, where I'm trying to compare, like I have made up my mind to buy a suit, but I don't know where to get it from. So I'm still looking for options, whether I would like to get three-piece suit or a two-piece suit. So I'm still in a confusion mode. So that's a commercial search intent. And I would like to present and build content around the topics of that and helping the users out what will be the perfect fit for them. Then comes the last, which is the transactional search intent, which actually where the user actually enters specific keywords where the intention is pretty clear that whenever they are going to put in search terms like these, they are looking to buy things from you. So that's a transactional search intent. And based on that, you do your keyword research and build a content silo and, build out an entire topical map. And then just start publishing content on those topics one by one. And you internal link them. You get backlinks to each and every post and you essentially try to increase your domain rating. I know I did go over the entire SEO thing in just 5 minutes or so, but essentially this is what the basics of SEO is. If you understand this, I think you understand that okay, this is how the entire SEO marketing work, because I know a lot of people think that SEO is like magic and they think it would happen in a span of a week or two or a month, but it takes time. It's an organic process to get leads on your website. So it takes time for a website who has never run any form of SEO marketing campaign. It's going to take definitely 6 to 9 months to see some form of significant results. And for some businesses who are in a very competitive niche, they might even see results post 18 months or so where they are ranking number one or number in the top three results for specific keywords. So I'm not trying to say that they wouldn't get any results for the first 5 months or so, and they would get results at the end on the sixth month itself. But it's a slow process. It's a long-term strategy. It's where you're looking to grow your business for a very long term. It's an organic way, right? You don't have to keep spending money on SEO. Once you start ranking for particular keywords, you can pretty much take a step back and you will still get those leads. Unlike paid ads, where you keep spending money and you're going to see results, and the moment you stop paying for it, you're not going to see any results. It's not like that for SEO.
Interesting. So let's just say I was a small business and I wanted and first of all, why would SEO be important for small businesses?
So what I'd say is that importance should not be just on SEO. It should not be just on influencer marketing. It should not be just on social media marketing. It should not be just on paid ads. When you look at marketing, you have to diversify your portfolio. You can't just lay all your eggs in one basket. You have to diversify your traffic sources, you have to diversify your lead generation process, and you have to look at things in a way where you get short-term results and you get long-term results. I see small business owners making this mistake every time where they allocate maybe $1,000 a month for the marketing budget, which is not a big budget. Then they can't just go for SEO or just PPC ads or do everything. They might have to extend their budget depending on where they're reaching out to, but they have to look for their goal. Like you just asked me, why is it so important? I would ask you, why is it important for you to think of SEO? Is it because you're thinking of you're running your business for a long term? for maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line? If so, then SEO should be important. If not, then you shouldn't even think about SEO.
Interesting. So let's just say, different example. I have my portfolio, right? And would it be a good idea to improve the SEO or not? I was just
So what kind
wondering.
of portfolio do you have?
It's basically displaying all my projects, all my programming projects.
What kind of programming projects?
Mainly web development.
So what I'd say is that let's just say that there is a web design agency, all right? There's a web design agency who reached out to us, if both of us can be a great fit for each other in terms of SEO marketing or not. So what I would say is that if that particular web design agency is looking to get clients through all around the world, or are they only looking through their local community, or their location specific? Are they looking for clients locally, or are they looking for clients globally? Because when you're looking for SEO, it's going to be global, right? It can be local as well. I'm not saying it's not going to be local, but I would say over the course of time, SEO can be a great way to get clients globally. And what I talk about SEO is that SEO is a long term, and it's something that I just mentioned a few minutes ago, that once you start ranking for a few keywords, you will still see results. And even if you take a step back from your SEO marketing and you stop spending money on it, you will still see the results. Because at the end of the day, see, when you are in trouble, when you are in need of any form of thing, at the end of the hour, you'll always gonna go over to Google, right? Even today, even till this day, even though search GPT, or I would say AI search is taking over, still Google is form of a go-to tool to go over and look for solutions, right? Like just today, me and my family went out for some clothes shopping, and we were looking for some shops around us who sell high quality suits and traditional ethnic Indian wear for weddings. So we were looking for these dresses, and what was the best tool that I thought of in terms of if I were looking for these shops? Obviously, I went over Google. I'm not going to go over to Instagram first, because Instagram, obviously, people will have the presence over there. They should post reels, they should post, images over there. But I will see those content pieces when I'm trying to scroll through reels, right? The search based traffic is going to always rely on the search engines. Wherever you see the search bar, and when you're typing specific keywords, and when you're seeing the results that you would like to get, that is where the search will always be relevant. I see so many people having this debate always, that with the advent of AI and ChatGPT taking over Google, and there is going to be massive competition and so on. Even I don't know if you're aware about it, but just last week or so, ChatGPT just rolled out the search GPT something in their ChatGPT. So basically,
Yeah.
you can get results on ChatGPT itself. You don't have to go to Google. But at the end, the underlying core principle behind seeing the results on ChatGPT also is the same principles that you would essentially do on Google SEO marketing, right? It's not different. You have to have that certain DR rating, you have to post content, you have to build content around these different search intents, you have to get backlinks, you have to be authoritative source, right? So search is going to be relevant for those who want inbound leads, right? So if you think you want clients to reach out to you, when you want customers to reach out to you, SEO should be one of the marketing source. It should not be the only source of your marketing. Unless if you're looking for a marketing strategy where right now your business is in a very beta stage, where your product is not finalized, your operations are not fully set, but you're looking to get it done maybe 6 months down the line. And after that, you want to see the results also coming through SEO. That's when SEO should be your first go to priority strategy. But if you're looking to get results on a very short term basis or very quickly, I think there are better alternatives like PPC ads, there are Facebook ads. I don't know much about it. I don't know how much ROI they give, but SEO can be very great in terms of giving ROI.
Interesting. So, I'm gonna lean more into the top of AI since it's, AI for Alex. What tools do you personally use when it comes to SEO?
So I use Gemini when it comes to doing keyword research for completely free. I always use ChatGPT when it comes to sending emails and asking for backlinks. There is Claude AI. I play around with different AI tools. There isn't just one that I stick with. there is Cloud AI, there is Perplexity, and there are other few tools like Surface SEO, there is Phrase.io, there is Pop also, which is Page Optimizer Pro if I'm not wrong, right? So these are the tools that I use to build SEO optimized content. When we talk about on-page SEO, basically you build like how people post video-based content on YouTube, right? You pretty much do something similar in a form of text-based when you're trying to rank your website on Google. So Google also analyzes what kind of content you push on your website. So in terms of building content optimized, I'm not saying AI generated, I'm saying AI optimized content. So there's a difference. So when you talk about AI generated, it's completely what from pen to piano, it's everything generated by AI. When you talk about optimized AI, it's where you fill in some form of raw data. You haven't polished that data and what kind of results you're expecting, but you have given that task for AI to do. You have some knowledge to feed into AI. So there are a bunch of other tools which generate content completely. It's completely AI based and it passes all the AI detectors. But at the end of the day, it's not going to hold that much credibility. It's not going to hold that much value because AI doesn't know what business do you run. It doesn't know what services do you offer. It doesn't know how much experience and expertise you hold around this topic. So you have to feed in some form of data. You have to look out for what your competition is doing and you have to reverse engineer their process, right? So you have to look in for the NLP. You have to look for the LSI keywords that you can stuff into your content, which in a way doesn't feel like it's stuff just for the sake of it, but it's an optimized way, which also helps the content fitting and also helps in terms of ranking your content higher on search results. So there are a bunch of other tools.
Interesting. So you mentioned that this difference between optimized text using AI and AI generated text. Have you ever seen one of those AI generated posts or articles that you instantly knew it was AI? Have you ever read one of those before?
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of other posts that you come across time to time. It isn't something that I remember right now and I can source that particular thing, but you can just know from the language that AI generates. It has a lot of fluff in it. It has a lot of other, words like digital landscape, and it doesn't just put in very simple and normal English what we talk in. It generally makes it very formal. It makes it very, very fluff based, I would say. It doesn't back by data. So you can come to know after reading few lines from the first paragraph itself. So obviously, there are other ways where you can pretty much enhance your AI content through AI tools itself and pass it through AI detectors and make it completely human based content. But it's again, it's all up to you how good you are at doing prompt engineering and how good you are at optimizing that content more and more.
Yeah, so the reason why I was asking is because I was wondering for content optimization, would using AI generated text affect SEO at all?
No. So initially there was a debate, yes, that Google usually deranks all the websites who has AI generated content. But what I'd say is that Google doesn't care whether your content is being generated by AI or it's been optimized by AI. What it does hold is the EEAT factor. So as I told before, EEAT framework is basically where, Google looks for your experience, Google looks for your expertise, Google looks for your authoritativeness, and Google looks for the trust factor. So unless you are using AI to enhance what you have to, convey your message to you, it's not gonna harm you. It's in fact it's going to help you. Unless you make a very generic post, like if I go over to ChatGPT and I say that just make a 1500 word blog post on how to fix a car tire, it's gonna give me a really um, a bunch of crap, and that piece of content is not going to help me rank, and even Google will come to know about it, right? So Google wants to know what special things that you have to add in that content. What are the things that you have? How much are you using personal anecdotes? How much it's being backed by personal stories, your data, statistics, and it looks through all those other factors. How much of your social presence is there across other channels as well? How much trust do you hold? So how does Google analyze that? Basically backlinks. So backlink is the concept where other sources, other websites are linking to your articles and your website. And when will they do that? Obviously, when they find your content to be trustworthy, when they find your content to be valuable, when they find your content to be credible, right? So that's how Google analyzes that this is the trustworthiness factor. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand how the internet works. Internet is a spider web. You know how the web looks like? Web is a connected form of series. It's like one computer connected to another, computer is connected to another, and then it forms like a chain. So that's how your website and the content pieces are. It has to be connected to different sources. It has to send signals to Google and Bing that, okay, I'm not just here posting content on my website. People are sourcing out to me. I am sourcing other people out, and people are finding value from it. So you have to have that other things as well. It isn't just like a one line answer that if I generate content through AI, is it going to harm me or is it going to help me? It is what other things you do apart from generating content for your website. That's what matters the most.
Yeah, so let's just say my text is AI generated. What would I have to do to I know there's like backlinks and stuff like that, but like what other things would I have to do in order to make my let's just say article, for example, SEO optimized?
There isn't like a one size fits all solution, to be honest, Alex, because you have to look at different things as to even if you think that you have done pretty much what has to be supposed to be done in terms of optimizing your content for on page, but chances are that you pretty much haven't done. So you have to look for the H1 tags, which is the heading one tag for your blog post. Does it have the target keywords? Are you front loading them? Are you using variations of it throughout your entire blog post? Are you adding any images? Are you adding any helpful infographics? Are you adding any links which is directing out to other valuable content? Are you interlinking to your other content pieces? Are you adding any schema markup in that? Is it answering questions to what people have asked for? So those are the main things. Other than that, there is always backlinks. There is always PR releases, which is press releases. So there's press releases, there is just iterating your strategy. You can't just stick to one strategy and do for 12 months, 18 months. You have to go over every single month and, keep training. So just like I give this analogy to my prospects every time, like if I go to a gym and if I look for a personal trainer that I'm trying to hire, a personal trainer says to me that, I'm going to help you build muscular and the most lean, ripped body in span of 6 months. And I'm going to go, heck yeah, I'll hire you. And he gives me a diet chart, he gives me a workout plan, and he tells me just to follow this for 6 months, for the next 6 months. Obviously, it doesn't make sense because there isn't any form of progressive overload. The kind of calories that I'm intaking, the kind of proteins that I'm intaking, the kind of fats that I'm intaking, it's just for the BMI and the body weight that I am right now. Maybe the 2 months down the line, when I will maybe reach, I'll increase my body weight, I'll increase my muscle mass. Now I need more calories to eat. I need more intense workouts. I need more rest. So now the strategy has to be different. You can't just stick to one strategy for the rest of your life. You have to keep iterating over and over. So that's what I'd say for SEO as well. You can't just stick to one strategy. There isn't like a one size fits all solution. There isn't like a framework, like a templatized based solution for SEO. You have to have custom approach to each and every business, to each and every service product, based on their competition, based on their past experience, and based on what's working right now. Because even search engines like Google and Bing, they roll out different algorithm changes, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it destroys your current rankings. Most of the times it's the latter, but you have to work on it and you have to improve on what would work now.
Interesting. So that's actually I actually never really thought of SEO as something you have to continuously improve. I always thought of SEO as a thing where you just optimize your website and then you just put it out and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's
But
what most people
yeah,
think. That's what I used to think, but it's much more than that.
interesting. Speaking of that, what would you recommend some AI tools for, let's just say you are a successful business, but then, you know, nowadays, this is your AI business, and there's new AI tools every day, so you have to be rapidly changing and always seeing what your competitors do different and what you have to do. What would you recommend for like AI tools to monitor your competitors?
if you're running a successful business, I don't think there's any point of doing all the things in terms of SEO by yourself. Just pretty much outsource this to the best and experts in the field and let them take care of the rest. Because as a business owner, you have to focus on the business operations and how to scale your business rather than worrying more about the market and the client acquisition channels, So in terms of marketing, what I'd say is that AI tools is just the way to get started with. It's not something that you should stick around through till the end. Just like how I gave an analogy about gym and working out. Do you know about resistance band in and weight training?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, yeah. So even for dumbbells and weights, there are 5 pounds, there are 10 pounds, there are 15 pounds, there are 20 pounds. AI is more for beginner levels. AI is like 5 pound dumbbells. AI is the 3 kg resistance band. It's not gonna work if you are most ripped in athletic physique of your life. And if you're using those dumbbells, 5 pound dumbbells, it's not gonna help you. You are just doing for the sake of it. It's not gonna break your muscle down. It's not gonna help you build more muscle, right? So that's what I'd say for AI tools as well. There are other AI tools that I've already discussed so far, and those are what is pretty much to get started with. Those are pretty great for business owners to get started with once they see some traction. AI, again, it's not something which will completely take over your tasks. It is there to take some part of the work of your task. It's going to delegate your 50% of your task, max to max. That's the best of the best AI tools would do that. But more or less what it's going to do, it's going to improve your productivity. It's not an alternative to SEO agencies. It's not an alternative to the traditional SEO tools, because if that would have been the case, then tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs would have impacted big time, and there would have no point that they would be charging $300 a month. Still they are charging. That means they do hold some form of value in that, right? And they are not completely AI based. What they are is essentially web scraping tools, which has been in the market since a very long time, about 10-15 years. AI has been in the market for the past 3-4 years only. So again, what I am saying right now is just that AI is there to delegate a portion of your work, not to take over your entire work. So AI should be part of your strategy when you are at a level where you can't afford to do or outsource your SEO marketing, and when you are a solopreneur. But when you have that form of budget where you can pretty much outsource your SEO work, you should pretty much hire an SEO agency or an SEO freelancer. Again, for freelancer, I've heard this many times. It's not that as an agency owner I'm looking down on and talking bad about freelancers, but it's just that there isn't what I'd say that professionalism, and in terms of giving that structurized and communication cycle and giving the results that they would expect. You know, for freelancers, I've heard through my prospects and I've heard through my clients that they've had bad experiences through freelancers, and that they do a part of the SEO work rather than taking all the aspects of SEO into consideration.
Hmm. So if a successful business doesn't need SEO, then
No, I didn't say that a successful business doesn't need an SEO. What I did say was that successful business owner doesn't need to look out for AI tools to do their SEO. That's what I told.
yeah, well then if they don't need AI SEO tools, then I sometimes see ads, especially on social media platforms, that I see like you could clearly tell if it wasn't AI, then it wasn't the most experienced person. They use like AI, I would say, to help them edit these videos, and they're pretty successful businesses. They're not small either. So why would they still need to do that?
Again, why do you want to expand your business? That's the same question. When you want to grow, you look out for different ideas. Like you look out for different strategies. Like even for my channel right now, my YouTube channel, I pretty much edit all my videos through AI tools. But I know for sure that this is not what I'm gonna stick with if I have 100K subs, or if I want to reach 100K subs. This should not be my ideal strategy. The moment I have some surplus money and some extra cash to spend over on an professional editor, I should definitely hire them, right? Because that's going to help me get more viewership. It's going to help me get more subs, right? It's going to help me build personal brand. It's going to help my NetMafia brand get more authority and come across as a reliable source and not someone who is just a scam SEO company, and like most other SEO agencies out there selling their services in a commoditized version. So that's the point. The question that you asked about that if
Yeah.
it's working for them, why they should look for other things and why they shouldn't stick to that thing which is working for them, right? That's what you asked, right? Again, it always boils down to your business goals and aspirations, whether you want to grow, whether you want to be at that level. It's up to you. You're the business owner.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually probably should have seen that coming, but yeah. What do you think the future of AI and SEO
Oh my
marketing?
God.
Yeah.
This is the question that I get asked tons and tons of times, and I don't know how to answer it because the kind and the pace at which AI is advancing, we have never seen this before in any other technology, right? So I think AI is definitely going to become even more integrated into digital marketing and web development in ways that will revolutionize how we will work. But firstly, let's just talk about digital marketing. So what I think is that AI will continue to enhance personalization at scale. AI-driven tools can already analyze massive data sets to predict user behavior, segment audiences, and deliver hyper-targeted ads. But what I believe is that the next level is real-time optimization. We'll see AI creating unique, personalized marketing campaigns for every individual customer based on their journey, which can massively boost engagement and conversion rates because we know that apps like Instagram, Facebook are tracking what you like, you know, what you like, what you see. They pretty much know what your psychology, what your personality, what your thinking is. And based on that, they are showing you ads. So I think more and more advancements is going to happen over there. In terms of content creation and SEO, I think AI will become even more efficient at generating high quality humanized content because that's happening even right now. But you have to give more refined and very specific prompts to AI to help you get that non-AI detectable content. Right now, tools like GPT-4o mini models, and Claude are great at assisting with content generation. But I think in the future, I see AI automating a lot of the repetitive SEO tasks like keyword optimization, backlink outreach, because outreaching is you are pretty much blasting out the same email to thousands of people asking them to link to your source. So I think AI can pretty much do that. Right now, there are tools like Pitchbox and things like that, which are doing the same thing. But I'm not sure how it will integrate with AI. Let's see how it goes. But I'm very, very confident that it will happen in the near future. In terms of web development, we are seeing that it is not that at a stage where it is impressive. I've tried it many times using different AI tools, where there's Hostinger's free website builder tool, which I felt it was pretty beta stage. It's never near to something because when we talk about website, it's not just about adding few images, few content like text, title, and description and the comparison. It's more like a CRO based conversion rate optimization. At each and every section, whether it's nav bar, it's your home tab, hero section on the home page, whether it's your about section, whether it's your blog section, your case study section, each and every section has its own you have to optimize in a way that your conversion rate is great. So it's not even close to that. AI is not that optimized in that way, but it will in the future. I think video based, I'd say that it's it's something which is very surprising because now few videos that I've been coming across on Instagram are that I take a second to see whether it's AI generated or it's human based. So it's pretty difficult, and I don't know what kind of future we are going into where deep fake videos and pretty identity theft and fear of your face, your entire thing being used in very explicit content, and damaging our reputation. Somebody else could do it and harm our reputation and just do bad for us. So there's something where AI is going. But again, what I'd say in the end is that AI won't replace humans. It will serve as an incredible tool to amplify our productivity. It's there to amplify our creativity. It's never going to have its own brain. It has its semantic knowledge. Yeah, right. If you
Hmm.
understand Python, if you understand data, if you understand data science, you know that it needs some subset of, it has to have some big data to give subset of data, right? It has to have some information to feed into, and from that information it will give you output. So you need to have, as a human being, you have to be creative, you have to have strategic thinking, and only then you can use AI to amplify your productivity. Otherwise it's not going to help, because human element is what will help us stand out from the crowd, which will be using completely AI based content. Because we understand user psychology, AI don't. We understand market trends, and we understand how the design thinking works, which is very crucial. AI will advance. We should know how to apply all those things in our work. So that's what I think about how AI will advance in future.
Hmm. Nice. So yeah, I definitely see how AI would do that. I like how the fireman said AI that won't have a brain. I mean, a lot of people think that artificial general intelligence or artificial super intelligence will be super crazy, or will be able to be smarter, think smarter, have like a consciousness. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, AI after all, it's just an algorithm. It's just
Correct.
a prediction machine. You
Yeah,
just input something and it outputs something. It's not gonna have
exactly,
like a brain
exactly,
unless you
exactly.
create some revolutionizing brand new technology. But yeah,
Elon
we
Musk is at it.
yeah. So in the next 5 years, if let's just say in the next 5 years somebody wanted to create like a company, like a side hustle, what do you think it would look like if they were try using AI tools? What do you think the AI tools out in the market would be for people like that?
I have no idea. 5 years is a long time. And, just every month or so, there are new bunch of AI SaaS tools coming up in the market. And they are just blowing all our minds that was that even possible to do with AI before? Or, so 5 years is a long time. I don't know whether there'll be a completely new technology or not, because right now we are hearing things and news about chips being implanted into human brains. That's the future we are heading into. So I don't know how much AI will be relevant in the future. Obviously it's going to be, but I don't know how well it will integrate with other technology that will come out in the market. But to comment anything about 5 years down the line, it's pretty difficult to say. Sorry.
Okay, so what about in the next year, 2025?
Huh. So what I'd say again, what I've said so far in terms of advancing, in terms of video, in terms of content, in terms of text-based content, in terms of voice-based content, it's what it has been so far, but now it will polish all those things, right? So right now, what I take a second or two to think that, to guess and to question myself: is this AI generated or is this human generated? Maybe 2025 there will be AI generating video tools that will create videos which are completely, make us believe that it was completely human based, right? We have Chat GPT voice integration now, which pretty much mimics how different accents and how different people from different ethnicities sound like, and we can talk through it. We can train. That's my upcoming video on my YouTube channel. How I use ChatGPT to train myself to become a better cold caller, and just assigning a role to ChatGPT that just act like my prospect and try to be challenging, and I'll try to persuade you to get my SEO service. So that's how AI has been so far. So it will definitely polish and it will improve on this in this section.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of learning SEO, let's just say, I wanted to learn not just how to improve my website to be SEO, but like, the theory itself about SEO. What would you recommend? How would I go about learning it if I'm a complete beginner?
But I genuinely have created a great course on Udemy, which covers on everything on based on AI local SEO course. It has about 7.5 hours of video content. It's highest rated on the platform, so just don't take my word for it. There are a bunch of other people who like my course, and they are leaving positive feedback. It basically covers everything from scratch. I just don't give an yap about the theory part. I just use AI tools and apply it in practical way, and I demonstrate in how to do it. So although that course is for completely beginners, I wouldn't say for someone who knows about SEO should go. Obviously, if they would like to learn more about SEO AI tools and how to use it into SEO, because I don't see any other courses on Udemy, making courses around AI and SEO as I've published. But for beginners, as you asked, who doesn't have any idea about SEO and wants to learn how to apply all these AI tools in practicality, they should check out my Udemy course. They can just view of the free preview videos and they can make a decision if they want to go ahead or not. And if someone who knows about SEO but would like to learn how to use different AI tools, again, my course is something which they can check it out.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So, thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Thank you
I'm
so much,
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, I'm Alex. This is Prerak. And do you have any last words you would like to say to the audience?
Sure. So any business owner who is looking to get their SEO marketing done can reach out to me on netmafia.co.in. It's netmafia.co.in. Or they can pretty much type in NetMafia followed by Prerak Mehta, which is my name, and they will find my social media profiles. They'll find my YouTube channel. They'll find my Instagram profile. They'll find my YouTube, Udemy and Skillshare profiles. They'll find my website as well. So they can reach out to me, and I'm always there to help the businesses grow and get leads through this marketing strategy.
Thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Thank you so much, Alex. It was a great conversation, and I really look forward to seeing you grow because you're 12 and you're doing podcasts, which is pretty good start. So let's see in the next 5 years. I wouldn't be more interested about AI, but I'll be interested more what you're doing.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.